So Pratyush, if you look at the kind of AI ecosystem, right, there's a lot going on, right? So of course, the foundational model companies are doing incredible work. Now there is the whole infra layer. You have agents, you have co-pilots, you have kind of the whole dev tools cycle going on right now. There's a lot of moving parts in the ecosystem, right? From your kind of vantage point, both of course as a founder, but also as an observer in the ecosystem, what parts of the ecosystem do you feel are actually underhyped, which are not in the Twitter zeitgeist, so to speak?
Yeah. I think there are two parts to it. One is underhyped and second is Twitter zeitgeist, and I'll address both independently. I think in one specific area which is not as much in the Twitter zeitgeist is vertical AI, mainly because if you look at it, most of these companies have very, very niche GTM angles which do not involve social media as much as the traditional agents, co-pilots, and other categories, right? Um, and I think there is a lot of value to be accrued in the vertical AI space, mainly because you need a little bit of expertise in that market in order to get started. The GTM is very unique with respect to every business. You cannot like have one standardized GTM which works across all. For example, one of my friends, he sells to beauty parlors in US. For them, the GTM is very simple. They just find the phone number of the parlor from Google Maps. They have scraped all of that and they just directly call them, right? Now, this kind of a GTM is very hard to replicate in other categories where the parlor owner is different from the manager, right? And so you can see that like there are so many independent nuances. And if you look at any vertical category, most of the time they have very unique GTM angle and they also have a very unique timing. So I think it's very underhyped and not at all part of the Twitter zeitgeist. If I come back to the first part, which is just in general, what are some of the categories which are underhyped? I believe that agents in true sense are still underhyped. While there is one part of it which is that every company is now trying to position themselves as a agentic AI company and and trying to get into the bandwagon. But if you look at like true agents which can do tasks end to end in the way in which we imagine AI to be like in movies and whatnot, right? I think it's still not there yet for a lot of categories. I think it is there in a specific niche wherein like you have a particular set of tasks which are very straightforward and can be automated in a very good way. I have a very good example for that for what that looks like, right? So we use this very interesting product which helps us answer questions on our Google on our meta ads essentially. So whenever you get comments on meta ads, a lot of them are spam, a lot of them are competitor induced comments and so on. So this tool, for a very, very cheap price, around $100 or so on a monthly level, it helps address all these comments in a very smart way, probably better than what I would have addressed myself, right? Now, this workflow is a very contained workflow wherein you have a very clear problem statement that you get a lot of spammy comments, a lot of competitor comments, and a lot of like legitimate comments from users trying to get answers to their questions. And it's very hard to maintain a visibility on all these comments across so many campaigns, right? But this product is able to address this problem very sharply and at a very low price versus what I would have been able to do. So I think this is an example of a true agentic AI, wherein you are having a true 10x to 100x value add, which was very hard to get before the entire AI space. So I think it is also very underrated in its true sense.